ladies and gentlemen. Here today we have with us joining us Japan and a representative from Korea. Hello. And I'm here to represent China. So guys, who do you think had the most influence when it came to global interaction?
Well, I think that through the interactions and influences from foreign nations, Korea overall was the most impacted in areas such as their government, relations with other nations, and wars with the power struggles. Well, because of the conflict with other nations, and since it was with other nations, they definitely have in their government a lot more influences from places such as Russia, Japan, and China.
Well, Japan's government systems were very different. They had a very centralized government, and they had a constitution and an elected parliament.
When it came to China, the government system was quite like Korea. They had, in the beginning, they had a Qing dynasty, which ended in 1911. Then they became a democracy, and finally, a communist state.
With the relations with other nations, Korea definitely had a lot of influence because with the globalized systems, everybody was trying to get a hold of this isolated nation and influence them. They had countries such as Russia, China, and Japan all fighting for just control over Korea.
Japan's relations, they were impacted mostly by Great Britain, the Soviet Union, China, and the U.S. because they were discussing how to help Japan. They'd become a very imperialistic country, and they wanted to help them so they weren't as war-ridden.
Well, unlike the other two nations, China differed greatly. They were highly influenced by Russia, often taking ideas and copying them when it came to the government.
Well, with the reasons for war, Korea had a lot with the global interaction and conflict because, once again, everybody was trying to take control of them. So they had the Sino-Japanese War, where it pushed China out of Korea. China versus Japan in a battle over Korea itself, and then China itself battled Korea for Korea. And then the Russia-Japanese War, which was between the Russians and Japanese in Korea.
I mean, they all wanted independence of their nations. We all wanted to be independent as a nation, and we wanted to gain more control and power over, let's say, Korea.
Yeah, for land and resources.
That's true.
In Japan, they just joined the war because they had very fragmented areas of land, and many people wanted to get power over that land, and so they became a very imperial They became a very imperial country with a powerful military, which was made them very easy to take control.
Didn't they also try to take over a bunch of countries? So
Yes.
They were imperial. And that probably created a lot of conflict and war.
Many angry people.
With so many influences from outside powers, forces, and ideas, Korea, even though it was so isolated, was definitely the most influenced by conflict and global interaction.
She's right.
Yeah, they had a lot of interactions with other countries.
Definitely. Overall, it's them. Well, thank you folks for watching. This is Korea, Japan, and China signing out.